Before we get into the video, I want to let everybody know that I will be doing a College Football 25 standard game giveaway. All you have to do is comment your favorite college football team down in the comment section, and you will be entered in for a chance to win a standard version of College Football 25. Enjoy the video. Welcome back to the channel. It is me, Heroes Gaming, and we are going to be talking about College Football 25 and their deep dive when it comes to gameplay. This is going to be quite a long video, so sit back, grab something to eat or drink, and relax, and let's get into the video. So I think it was Thursday or Friday that EA released a gameplay trailer, and on their website, on EA's website, when it comes to College Football 25, they released a deep dive about the gameplay and all of the interesting things that comes into play with that. So we're going to be going over the deep dive and all of the things that they mentioned on their website. First off, they're going to be talking about pregame and Campus IQ. Campus IQ encompasses the overarching concept that has built gameplay to be what it is today. With that said, college gameplay was built on these three fundamental pillars: all 22 plus, 134 ways to play, and stories of Saturday. All 22 plus highlights the importance of individual players and their unique abilities. It emphasizes the differentiation in talent between the best and worst players in college football. 134 ways to play. From day one, our message was every team is somebody's favorite team. Properly representing offensive schemes from Air Force triple option to the air raid at USC was one of the utmost importance to us. The final pillar, Stories of Saturday, seeks to encapsulate the raw emotions of these student athletes as they perform under intense pressure in hostile environments. A true freshman is going to respond differently compared to a senior, so getting this right was very important. Bringing all of these together will ultimately have us landing arguably the most important aspect of college football, which is wide open gameplay. See, that's very important because a senior quarterback going into the big house in Michigan versus a true freshman going into the big house in Michigan should be a very different experience. You know, your freshman is going to make mistakes versus a senior who's been there maybe twice already. You know, they know what to expect, and they're going to perform better than the freshman. So I like that aspect when it comes to that. And 134 ways to play. Every team should have their own specific playbook in how they play. You know, when they said Air Force versus USC, you know, Wisconsin versus Florida, or something like that. Every team has their own specific playbook. And now we're going to be talking about stick work. From the start of our primary objectives was to capture the authenticity and wide open gameplay of college football. We studied and tried to recreate the explosiveness of current and former college football legends. The result is a game that allows you to not only play north and south, but also east and west, thus unlocking a whole new level of excitement to the game. However, we didn't stop there. We introduced all new specific run styles to the different archetypes in College Football 25. This will provide a more in-depth and personalized gaming experience, allowing players to mimic the styles of their favorite athletes and create their own unique approach to the game. With this, I feel like they're talking about big bruising running backs are going to run and feel different than smaller, skinnier, athletic running backs. It's going to feel a lot different. I don't know if it feels different when it comes to Madden, but I think that's what they're trying to say here. You're going to feel those big bruising running backs run over people, and the smaller running backs, juke and jive and jump over people and all of that. This right here, welcome to the wear and tear. And let me just talk about this before I give my input. Wear and tear is a feature that takes a football gridiron to an unprecedented level of realism. This feature ensures that every hit matters and not all hits are created equal. Wear and tear is a brand new and unique damage system that adds a whole new layer of depth and strategy to your gameplay and roster management. This is reflective of what we see on Saturdays. Wear and tear is designed to simulate the real-world effects of fatigue and damage on a player's performance. It operates on a play-to-play and game-to-game basis. If your quarterback has thrown the ball 40 plus times in a game, it has taken some shots, don't expect him to be 100% the following week in Dynasty or Road to Glory. Subtle gameplay components such as getting the ball out early, covering the ball, and just getting out of bounds would be as important as ever. Wear and tear is on all 22 players on the field. So I'm guessing even your offensive linemen too, and kickers and punters. That'd be interesting. So how does it work? Every limb and body part of a player is linked with unique attributes. For instance, if your quarterback's throwing arm receives a significant hit, you'll notice a decrease in your throw power and accuracy. Similarly, damage to the legs will impact a player's change of direction and acceleration, making every movement feel slower. Each body part degrades at a different rate, and the player's toughness rating plays a crucial role into how much damage is applied on a given hit. The more damage a body part is, the higher the chance and severity of injury. Doc, I'm hurt. Recovery is also a critical part of this feature. Players will regain health when they are not on the field, during timeouts, at halftime, and between weeks. However, be cautious of your player's workload. The worse a body part is damaged, the slower it recovers. A player can only recover a limited amount of damage during a single game. This encourages strategic planning and management of players to ensure optimal performance. When it comes to management, outside of the quarterback and offensive line, teams will substitute around the fatigue of a player or banged up body part. If a player gets really banged up on a given play, expect him to sit a play or two or maybe more. Later in the game, the expectation is that the player will have to tough it out. Where can I see it? Player reticle, left side wear and tear bars, right side fatigue. Note the bars depleting only represent the most hurt body part. Depth chart. Here you can see a wear and tear panel on the bottom right of the player card as well as the total and attribute is decreasing in the spreadsheet. Coach vision. Hold L2 plus RS down to see the wear and tear status of your entire team. Picture in picture in the play call menu. We've added a ton of wear and tear get up animations. After a player is banged up, you'll see a variety of animations for a given body part depending on the severity. You can also manage your player's wear and tear in the Dynasty player card. Let me see. Changing in-game. With these changes, wear and tear will add new depths to players' gameplay more than ever before. Up until now, aside from the risk of throwing an interception or fumbling, what have what have what have been the impacts of throwing the ball 40, 50 times a game. Now, gameplay decisions come with physical consequences for your virtual players, adding another layer of authenticity to and challenge to the game. It's not just about the immediate win anymore. Now you have to consider long-term health and performance of your team. With the introduction of wear and tear, fatigue has been completely overhauled. Whereas wear and tear accounts for physical impacts, fatigue is primarily a conditioning feature designed to provide more realistic snap counts at the college level. It's something to pay attention to on a drive-to-drive basis. Let's say a running back gets 3 consecutive carries for positive yards. You may notice him huffing and puffing in pre-play. On a subsequent carry, they'll likely come out of the game. However, recovery has been changed to where it'll likely be for only a single play so they can catch their breath and get right back onto the field. Now, let's go over the wear and tear. I like this feature, but I'm afraid that it's going to be the same thing as, well, it might, I don't know. It sounds like it's the same thing that Madden implemented a few years ago with their fatigue system. And that didn't work, or it doesn't work, because your players can be completely healthy, and then halfway through the season, you'll never see them again. And then you just don't know what happened to them. They're just gone because they have no fatigue. And it just doesn't work. This seems to be different only because you can see what's going on the field, and you can mitigate that by just taking them out for a few games. Maybe you'll play your running back for one series and your backup running back for the second series, pretty much like a 2-3 running back system, which a lot of football teams use anyways. And I think it could work. And the only thing is, I hope it's not just for the user players. I hope the CPU has that also, and they also have to substitute players in and out the game, and not just us, the player. I hope it's for the CPU also. Alright, so moving on. Option game. The option game is a fundamental part of college football, and we made a thorough effort to add authenticity, depth, and balance. The first thing we targeted was to make the mechanic mirror the real-life quarterback and running back exchange. In an actual game, the quarterback places the ball in the running back's belly, with the intent he's going to hand it off. However, if the read key comes down, he pulls the ball. This is now replicated in the game with the A or X button functioning as a pull keep button. The changes to the pull mechanic simplifies your read while making RPOs much more usable. If you don't touch anything, the quarterback will simply hand the ball off to the running back. In an RPO scenario, if you want to bail from the read and run, press A. If you want to hit the receiver, you can simply press the receiver's corresponding button immediately to throw. Looking to keep the ball with the QB on an RPO? The type of RPO dictates whether you can read, peek, or can't alert glance. We've made adjustments to differentiate pitch strength. Now a quick tap will execute a quick pitch, while holding down L1 LB will result in a strong pitch. A quick tap for a swift pitch, useful in tight spots. However, it might not hit the pitch back in stride. Holding down L1 LB for a strong pitch, suitable when there's ample space between you and the approaching defender. It requires more time, but offers precise accuracy and velocity. Fake pitching is back, activated by a double tapping L1 LB. New control around when the quarterback will branch out of option movement has been added as well. If you hold RT R2 when you're a couple of yards past the line of scrimmage, you'll branch into standard ball carrier movement. Use this when you've got the edge and decide to try and make it to the curve with the quarterback. We've also added a range of new animations, including a comprehensive set of pitch animations and pitch catches. We've also introduced a pitch out of tackle animation in this year's title. See, that's the thing about options. Options are a very, very important thing in college football because it's like the staple of college football. Madden can't get that down, and that's fine. It's whatever. Madden can't get it down. It's an NFL game. College football and their games have always been an option game. It's just the way it is, and for them to always be able to get it down is very important. The defense has also been has also seen some significant upgrades. New AI logic has been added for the read and pitch keys, including new read key animations. Read keys now consider more realistic context when deciding to crash or stay home. For instance, they're more likely to stay home and play the quarterback when on the wide side hash marks. Conversely, when the offense is close to the first down, they'll play the dive back more often. Pitch keys now exhibit more varied behavior with the ability to bluff, whether they're playing the quarterback or running back. We've introduced new coach adjustments as well. Rather than a single option defense, you can now instruct your read and pitch key respectively on how to defend. These adjustments aim to offer a more authentic and immersive gameplay option. We hope you enjoy the new and improved option games. Shells, and I'm not talking about turtles. Football problems require football solutions. With the removal of base alignment, we wanted to put our time and effort into improving alignment, along with giving players the ability to disguise your coverages. This is the addition to the chess match that our core fans have been asking for. In play call, use RS while in formation view to command your secondary to position in a range of cunningly disguised looks. These can range from a high pressure cover 0 blitz to a backed off cover 4 look. But the excitement doesn't stop there. Before the snap, you can also have the option to showcase a single high or 2 high, depending on the formation you've chosen. Unleash your creativity with these options, just like real life coaches, to confuse opposing quarterbacks, but tread with caution. If a defensive back has low composure, there's a risk he might mess up the disguise look. So with that, it's not when you disguise a look on defense, and if your defensive players have like really low composure, sometimes it's not always going to work, and you might end up messing up something. They might end up maybe forgetting what coverage they're in, or they might get to their spot late, and that could cause some issues. This is going to be a very controversial topic here, but we're going to be talking about abilities. And we all know how abilities and superstars work in Madden, and nobody likes them. They pretty much break the game and it's unrealistic. So let's talk about abilities. In College Football 25, we are introducing 80 abilities. As you can see on the screen there, you can see some of them. The majority of which are completely new to college football, new to the college football space. These abilities are purely situational boosts, and there are no guarantees. Abilities are categorized into two groups, physical and mental. Each of these groups is further divided into 4 tiers: bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. The most a player can have at any given time is 5 physicals and 3 mental abilities. Our aim is to provide players with increasing depth as they progress through these tiers. For instance, consider our new grip breaker ability under the physical category. This ability bolsters a defender's capability to disengage from a block. At the bronze and silver tiers, the ability is only applicable during run plays. However, at the gold and platinum levels, it also applies to pass plays, with its effects significantly amplified. Wow, words are hard. Another important note to make here is also applies to Another important note to make here is that the abilities a player can have is solely determined by their archetype. Mental abilities, on the other hand, are dedicated by the position of the player. If you can look at Travis Hunter here, he has 3 mental and 5 physicals, and that's how it's going to show up on their player card. When you go to the player card, it's going to show up, and then you can see whether it's silver, gold, bronze, or platinum. And then it shows you what they are. While creating abilities, we kept gameplay balance at the forefront of our development. A perfect example of this is the new Pocket Shield ability. This progressively makes offensive linemen hold blocks better on standard pass plays. However, even at the platinum tier of this ability, it doesn't apply if the distance to the first down is more than 10 yards. So you have to stay on schedule to reap the benefits. Lastly, it's still possible for a lineman to lose even at platinum tier, though this will be expanded upon later in the upcoming Dynasty deep dive. We have introduced coach abilities with gameplay effects. These abilities will have significant impacts on major features such as confidence and composure, home field advantage, and play styles, just to name a few. Pre-snap recognition. Can you see everything at the line of scrimmage like an experienced senior? What about the freshman playing on the road in front of 100,000 screaming fans? We have introduced a new pre-snap recognition feature designed to bring a level of clarity to the line of scrimmage that reflects the experience level of the player controlling the game. For instance, a freshman player may not be able to identify who is coming to blitz or what shell it is at the line of scrimmage compared to what a seasoned senior would recognize. Our new system also takes into account player and coach abilities, home field advantage, and our new coverage shells, which I will talk later about, all of which impact what a player can see at the line of scrimmage. What ability do I need? The field general ability is what brings all of this together. Here's how it works. Bronze tier. Blitzers are highlighted, but only after the snap. This gives players a basic level of awareness, but requires them to react quickly. Silver tier. Players can spot blitzers before the snap, but only if they're close to the line of scrimmage, and only for a brief moment. This gives players a slight edge and allows them to plan their moves with a bit more foresight. Go tier unveils, unveils a covered shell momentarily, giving players a glimpse into the defensive strategy. Platinum tier allows players to see even disguised shells, albeit briefly. This is designed to ensure that the defensive player can make strategic adjustments in response. The pre-snap recognition feature adds a new dimension to gameplay, rewarding players who can quickly analyze and adapt to the evolving game situation on the field. Confidence and composure. In College Football 25, the game isn't only about who has the most skilled players on the field. It's also about who can maintain their composure in high-pressure situations. Confidence and composure is about moment-to-moment gameplay, reflecting the real-life ups and downs of these student athletes as each play unfolds. Just like we see on Saturdays, players can get hot or cold depending on the outcome of each play. Experience plays a critical role in confidence and composure. A freshman player will have more volatile swings compared to a seasoned senior. As the crowd level increases, the effect on players' confidence increases progressively. This emphasizes the importance of composure in the digital gridiron, making it a crucial factor considered for every play in every game. No different than what we see on Saturdays with a young starter. It's important to control the game and keep the chains moving. In the heated atmosphere of a rivalry game, the stakes maintaining composure are even higher. Events such as scoring touchdowns can lift the morale of your entire team, while individual achievements such as a pass breakup can significantly boost the composure of a player who made the big play. It's important to note that composure is highly individualized, driven by a player's archetype. For instance, when your player starts to cook, a scrambling cornerback will have improved ball security, while a field general will benefit from improved throw accuracy. Additionally, players can have unique mental abilities that influence their composure. These abilities can even affect their teammates for that position group. Consider the Legion ability, which increases the confidence of other defensive backs when that player gets an interception. Take note, these mental abilities are lost every time a player gets cold, making the management of confidence and composure even more essential. So that is very, very important. So if let's say you're creating a football team, and half of the people on your field, on the offense and defense, are freshmen and sophomores. That's going to take a lot of accountability when it comes to composure, because not a lot of those players are going to have the experience versus if you're playing with Ohio State or Michigan, when they have a lot of seniors and juniors and they have that experience. And you're going to have to work around that and do the best you can, maybe even substitute players in and out when it comes to different situations. So I like this confidence and composure because it has something to do with the entire game, not just, this play here and that play there. Coach Vision. This is a real-time pre-snap information system designed to quickly provide you a detailed overview of these features when holding the left trigger. Wear and tear. This calls out the most damaged body part on a player. Composure and confidence. Our dual-sided bar system provides real-time insights into your player's performance. A red bar suggests your player is starting to cook, while a blue bar indicates he's getting cold. If a red flame icon or a blue snowflake symbol appears, it signifies that your player has reached the maximum in their respected area. Abilities. This highlights players' abilities on both sides of the ball. Matchups. While the idea of showing matchups is not new, we have reworked the formula to make this easily accessible and straightforward to you. This is now color-coded for ease of understanding: green for a favorable matchup, yellow for an even one, and red for a disadvantage. This system enables you to quickly assess the situation and adjust your game plan accordingly. Home field advantage, and this is something that's been in the game for a while, notably in 2006, and they're going to be using the same Stadium Pulse bar that was in 2006. So, not a bad idea. I like it. Winning a football game at the Division 1 level is tough. Winning on the road is even tougher. Every Saturday, we witness the significant impact that home field advantage plays in determining the game's outcome. On the virtual gridiron in EA Sports College Football 25, that will be no different. Firstly, we aim to pay off and differentiate the top environments in college football. This differentiation involves two core elements: audio and in-game modifiers. Modifiers are effects that disrupt your gameplay both pre and post snap. For instance, you might experience squiggly lines, play art appearing incorrectly, audibles and hot routes failing to register at higher rates, or receiver icons fading in and out during a crucial moment of your game. Next, we consider the critical elements of confidence, composure, and player experience. As noted above in the confidence and composure section, we wanted to ensure that these elements were factored into how much the hostile environment impacted you both pre and post snap. This allows for a more immersive experience and adds more layer of strategy to gameplay. With the limited ability to communicate on the field, the initial correct play call will be as important as ever. In addition, we decided to pay homage to the classic 2006 version of the game by reintroducing a similar screen shake Stadium Pulse meter and allowing you to tell the crowd to get louder by flicking up on the RS on the right stick. Our audio team really helped bring home field advantage to life with their new stadium mixes. This nostalgic feature not only adds a touch of authenticity, but it also intensifies the moment, making you feel right in the heart of the action. It's also important to note that the home field advantage only impacts the visiting team, just like in real life. This feature is entirely situation-based. Staying within manageable down distances is vital to successfully move the ball down the field. As the game situation gets tougher, the crowd noise intensifies. The louder the crowd gets, the higher the modifier and composure hits. This is designed to accurately reflect the real-life dynamics of playing in a hostile environment and further adds to the immersive gaming experience. I can only imagine how tough it's going to be playing in Michigan, USC, Florida, Florida State, who else? And all these big teams. I can only imagine how difficult it's going to be to play at LSU. You know, it's going to be so fun and so difficult to play in these football stadiums, and I cannot wait. Pre-play controls. This year, before each snap, you'll notice several enhancements designed to amplify the strategic gameplay. Hot routes have undergone a revamp, providing all players with access to 12 unique routes. For instance, the new Bang 8 route has been incorporated into the outside receiver tree. The entire route tree is readily available for all quarterbacks without the need of an ability. How annoying has it been playing Madden and you have to have a specific ability to get extra hot routes? So annoying. Defensively, the risk factor associated with run commit has been toned down as well. Traditionally, the risk was conceding a touchdown if the offense opted for a pass, with the reward potentially being a tackle for loss. Now this mechanic only affects defenders positioned in the box. Lastly, we're introducing custom stems, a new feature that allows you to adjust the distance of a receiver's route while hot routing. Press and hold the L1 LB to start adjusting. Move the left stick to modify the distance by a single yard, or the D-pad for alterations in 5-yard increments. You can see the route update in real time. Simply release L1 LB to confirm your settings and you're all set. Revamped passing. Quarterback, the iconic position in football. Our main objective in the pass game was to hone the art of layering the football. This includes everything from dropping the ball in the bucket to your tight end between the linebacker and free safety, to throwing a bullet on the 12-yard dig route. These new trajectory changes really allow you to throw the receiver open, something Madden has never ever been good at. To accomplish this, we increased the variance of left stick passes lead intent, changed our inaccuracy miss locations, and overhauled our passing trajectories. The biggest change you will feel immediately is how we evolved the concept of throw power. Now, throw power doesn't simply refer to the distance of the throw, but how hard you can throw it. You often hear color commentators discuss a quarterback's arm strength in the context of a 10 or 15-yard bullets on hook and dig routes rather than 60-yard throws. While these enhancements are exciting, it is important to maintain balance. For years, players have been able to hold a bullet pass with little to no consequences. However, in this new system, the distance of the throw and the quarterback's attributes and the abilities will affect the accuracy of a bullet, potentially resulting in inaccuracy penalties. On the start of a pass, you would notice 3 colors: blue, yellow, and red. The sizes of these sections depend on your quarterback's attributes, abilities, and the throw distance, and other factors that impact accuracy, such as being pressured, back foot, on the run, etc. Landing in the blue increases the chances of a safe, accurate ball, while landing in the yellow could mean more uncertainty from your ideal target. Red areas indicate potential inaccuracy. The longer you stay in the red, the greater the penalty. Keep in mind that not all red sections are equal. Quarterbacks with weaker arms or low accuracy ratings will have larger red sections. No different from real life. Trying to push the ball downfield consistently with a quarterback who has a weak arm is not a great move. This new and improved mechanic adds an engaging dimension to the game, distinguishing the digital signal callers in a unique way. We have made significant enhancements to the pump fake mechanic. Now, when you're playing with a pass meter, the meter will appear over the receiver you are attempting to pump fake to. It's no longer necessary for receivers to execute a double move for defenders to react in that direction. We have worked on improving the defender's reaction to the pump fake in terms of the angle they take, the duration of their reaction, and more. These improvements add another layer to the passing game. Introducing the switch stick. Have you ever found yourself making adjustments to defend your opponent's passing game, all to try and stop the same pass play from being used repeatedly against your defense? Madden. Get ready for control you've never had. While we're introducing the switch stick, a simple yet powerful tool to make defense switching more compelling. When you're lurking in pass coverage, flip the right stick. Flip the right stick. This will directionally switch you to other coverage defenders according to the direction of your flick, thus allowing you to play multiple levels of the field in an instant. We know the pain of getting caught on your defensive line while trying to make adjustments. So additionally, when in a pass rush situation, press left stick plus B or O to switch directionally. What about the hit stick? No worries here. Once the quarterback has thrown the ball or crosses the line of scrimmage, the right stick turns right back into the hit stick. The defensive game has changed from here. Enjoy. Playbooks and team play style. This is something I was really excited about. This year, over 1,500 new plays and more than 50 formations along with 134 team playbooks have been created to reflect current offensive and defensive trends in the sport. In addition to team playbooks, College Football 25 also includes 10 non-team playbooks. These are based on a variety of playstyles such as air raid, multiple, pistol, power spread, option, pro, run and shoot, spread option, and veer and shoot. These playbooks can be customized and saved in a custom playbook, adding an extra layer of strategy to the game. Staying true to the theme of player control, a brand new type of trick play will debut, the do-it-yourself reverse. In these plays, you decide whether to hand off to your teammate using L1 LB or keep the ball and run. This introduces exciting plays like the running back direct do-it-yourself reverse, designed to keep the defense on their toes. The game action picks up with addition of trick plays including double pass, reverse pass, and reverse flea flicker. A note to consider is that when running any given trick plays, the defense will adapt making these play calls a much riskier proposition. A new glance. RPO play type has been added, giving players the ability to read a safety to the side of the glance route, which is a short post. This year's game is filled with RPO plays. Consequently, we recognize the need to enhance the defense abilities to counter them. In the majority of defensive alignments, defenders who are positioned away from the run will prioritize their pass responsibilities. Additionally, defenders have been designed to be more aggressive in fending off blocks from incoming receivers. On top of that, run-fit defenders are now capable of responding to the run action more rapidly, enabling them to come downhill and make the stop. When it comes to attention to detail, we didn't stop there. You will see the popular wide formation splits from teams such as Oklahoma and Tennessee, which are spread further out than traditional formations, a characteristic of their veer and shoot playstyle. I love this playstyle here. If you guys have ever seen Oklahoma and Tennessee play, the veer and shoot, basically they have their receivers all the way out towards the sidelines, and that is such a popular type of offense in today's college football. The flexbone option offense is also introduced, featuring base plays such as triple option, midline, rocket toss, counter option, and zone dive. On the defensive side of the ball, the playbooks assigned to teams include 3-2-6, 3-4, 3-4 multiple, 3-3-5, 3-3-5 tight, 4-2-5, 4-3, 4-3 multiple, and multiple. Tempo game. In order to replicate the quick-paced nature of college football, we have introduced several modifications prior to the snap. These include no huddle and the new turbo tempo type, both aiming to speed up the game flow. In the no huddle tempo, players rush back to the line, offering the traditional tempo option on Y triangle. Although there is no huddle, audibles to plays within your personnel group are still possible. Meanwhile, the turbo tempo encapsulates a rapid rush to the line style of play, activating by pressing square or X post play. Think back to the blur offense days of Oregon. You are essentially trading the ability to hot route and audible at the line of scrimmage for the advantage of the defense not being set and their defensive line being slower off the ball. Take note that in order for this to be effective, you need to snap the ball within the early stages of the play clock. If you want to define this as your style of play, you can turn this setting on in your coach adjustment setting. Pressing B or circle in post play allows you to revert any preset tempo in coach adjustments back to huddle. With these new controls, the spike function has been incorporated in the turbo tempo. AI teams now exhibit distinctive identifies to their tempo usage. That was a very weird sentence. Teams like Oklahoma, for instance, adopt an up-tempo strategy for most of the game, possibly calling for a shot play after securing a first down in certain areas of the field at a fast pace. Conversely, teams like Michigan may only resort to this move following a significant play to jumpstart the offense when losing. In relation to clock management, AI decision-making regarding timeout usage has also undergone substantial revision to more accurately mirror the strategic decision-making of real-life coaches. Both players in the AI can now initiate a spike from any alignment, thereby conserving crucial seconds. In situations where players or the AI are about to audible, players will glance towards the sideline looking at the play call holders on both offense and defense. If the defense is caught looking to the sideline, they would be slower to get off the ball. I don't know how long it's been, but I'm going to say it has been over 6 or 7 years of playing Madden that they have never gotten the timeout at end of games, at the end of half or end of games correct. It is in their coding that the AI offense, while losing and going on a game-winning drive, would not call timeout until there's a minute on the clock. From that point on, that's when they start calling timeouts. And they will also not fight to get out of bounds. They're trying to score, but at the same time, the coding is so bad, they're still throwing like screens. They're still throwing to the running back. You're not trying to throw the ball downfield. And then once a minute hits on the clock, they call it first timeout, and then it just goes downhill from there. So I really, really hope that's been fixed in this game here. Real-time coaching. Making its debut in this year's edition, real-time coaching feature is an adaptive coaching engine designed to authentically enhance both offense and defense CPU gameplay. In this real-time coaching engine, aggressiveness possesses unique adaptive adjustment levels. This means that different coaches will react and adapt differently to successful run or pass games, thus creating a more authentic, dynamic, and unpredictable game environment. Additionally, the AI now has access to full range of adjustments, just like a human player would make. As a result, you can expect to see teams employ an array of adjustments such as shade techniques, showing blitz, run commits, QB contains, and spies, to name just a few situational adjustments. The AI will also recognize and adapt to your offensive personnel. For instance, if you're dominating a team with the inside zone out of 11 personnel, you'll notice the CPU tweaking their defensive line, providing a different look to potentially alter your play call. If you're having significant success on the ground, you may find some teams loading the box earlier than others. Furthermore, the AI is designed to be aware of your players' ratings and abilities. If you have an elite wideout, some teams might double him from the jump or match him with their top corner. This is an example of the best on best matchup strategy enabled by real-time coaching. The defensive AI is also capable of disguising coverage, adding another layer of challenge to the gameplay. Situational adjustments are another key feature of this new engine. Despite being in its first year, this engine significantly enhances pre-snap adjustments chess matches. For example, in scenarios while you're inside the 10 with man coverage, expect to see more press and inside shade technique, forcing the ball out and over the top. Another example of situational adjustments is when the opposition is leading by 3 scores late in the game. In this case, you'll notice them keeping the ball inside and tackling conservatively to keep the clock ticking. In conclusion, this is just the first year of the implementation of this foundational feature. The groundwork for the ultimate strategic experience has been laid, and we can't wait to see where it goes from here. In the trenches, all of the features mentioned above are great, but we know that championships are won in the trenches. If your offensive lineman can't hold up, nothing else matters. This year, our primary focus up front was showing that true game wreckers look and feel like inside. There is more to the game than just sacking the quarterback. Great defensive linemen can dominate inside just by using their size and strength advantage to create constant pressure and manipulating the pocket. A new pass protection mechanic has been added, which provides 6 pass protection targeting schemes. These schemes allow players to have increased control over matchups. Though user interface matchup through user interface matchup lines, players can now see who is targeting who. The indicators will show unblocked defenders. Additionally, the pocket information on pass plays have been improved to enhance the overall gameplay. To maintain the flow of momentum and blocking interactions, 400 animations have been added. These animations not only cover open field blocking, but also extend to pass blocking and run blocking, point of attack engagements. This helps deliver an aggressive and powerful experience in the trenches, akin to what is played out in real life on Saturdays. The pass rush and run stopping power of the defense have also seen a significant upgrade. The ability for pass rushers to play more pass rush moves, and more often has been increased. This improvement is backed with new animations. Similarity, the defenders now have an increased ability to play more shed moves, and the run game also supported with new animations. These upgrades aim to enhance the activity in the trenches, making it more lifelike. Another key focus of development was the targeting systems for the fundamental blocking schemes such as inside and outside zones. The aim here is to increase a user's ability to predict the outcome of targeting and to be confident that the defenders who need to get picked up will be targeted. It's pouring out here. Throwing or handling a wet football is challenging and a fundamental component of the game. We have introduced several changes to gameplay that make the experience more immersive and realistically difficult. The weather now plays a significant role in influencing the outcome of the game, and the effects are far more subtle. Let's first touch on player movement. Harsh weather conditions affect the movement of your players. It's challenging to plant and cut in these conditions, and this will be the first thing you feel. The passing game faces considerable impact when playing under harsh weather conditions as well. Players would notice wobbly passes, impacted pass accuracy, and throw power, and some of the other gameplay elements affected by the weather. The chances of increased drops and fumbles also rise under adverse weather conditions. The ball becomes slippery and harder to hold on to, increasing the risk of turnovers. This aspect means that players will have to be extra cautious while handling the ball while using the RB-R1 cover ball mechanic. This is not a one-way street, however. Weather will also make base wrap and dive tackling a bit more challenging as well. Lastly, weather impacts special teams. You will feel hits to your kick power and accuracy. Kicking the ball in heavy rain or snow can drastically alter its trajectory and distance, making field goals and punts a challenging task. It's the little things. You may have noticed it in the trailer, but in case you didn't, new 1-foot sideline catch animations have been added. You can access these using the possession catch near the sideline. New walk to the line animations have been added. Now, all players on each side of the ball will walk to the line following a play call. The timing of when you can snap should still feel quick while still giving the opposing team time for adjustments. Defensive pursuit has been refreshed in college to represent the wide range of players' abilities in real life to track the ball carrier in space. A player's pursuit rating is key in this aspect. Playmaker, a fan favorite. The playmaker mechanic, a right stick on pass plays, has been revamped for increased responsiveness and control. Play action. When play action is called in run situations such as first down or less than 3 yards to the first down, the effects on run fit defenders are now amplified. It's good. Whether the kick was wide right in 91 or a chip shot down the middle to win the 2010 national championship, the kicker in college football plays a vital role that is often overlooked until the game is on the line. This year, this role is given the love it deserves. With the introduction of a new and intuitive new kicking mechanic that truly refreshes the kicking game. How does it work? The distance of the kick, along with the kicker's ratings, decide the green and yellow regions of the meter. This means that longer kicks with lower rated kickers will have similar green zones, making the kick more challenging. It adds an element of strategy to your game, as you need to consider your kicker's ability more you need to consider your kicker's ability before making a long distance attempt. The speed of the ball moving side to side on the accuracy meter is also based on the distance of the kick. Simply, the further the kick, the faster the ball moves, once again increasing the level of difficulty for long range attempts. As the ball is moving side to side, your goal is to lock the ball into the green portion of the meter by pressing the A or X button right before the red portion of the meter. Timing is key. And the excitement of nailing the perfect kick is a thrill that's hard to match. Sorry, there's a lot of reading here, so I'm going to mess up sometimes. If you miss to the right of the middle of the accuracy meter, the ball will veer right, and vice versa if you miss to the left. This mechanic makes accuracy just as important as power, reflecting the real-life pressure that kickers face. Lastly, hitting in the red represents an overkick. This could result in varied outcomes in terms of inaccuracies, making it a risky move. Overkicking could potentially give you the distance you need, but at the potential cost of missing the goal post entirely. Swag out. We wanted to put the most post-play creativity in your hands. We understand how much self-expression adds to the thrilling plays and moments you create. And we want you to celebrate the way you want every time you score or make a big play. Welcome to our celebration system. This year, you now have the choice from a variety of 20 different touchdown celebrations, 4 interception celebrations, and 4 first down celebrations. So how does it work? It's simple. When you score, you can press in one of 4 directions on the right stick. If you want to take it up a notch, you can combo the right stick with either left bumper or left trigger, or right bumper, right trigger. This system allows you to swag out, get pumped, or taunt the crowd your way. Imagine taunting the crowd in the big house on the last second play. That's tough. With this feature, you can do everything from striking the iconic Heisman pose to taunting the opposing crowd with your hands to your ear. We've ensured that all celebrations are within the range of what you see on Saturdays. Nothing too over the top, keeping everything true to the spirit of college football. Victory formation. Walk into victory formation. We all know that feeling of a pivotal run on third or fourth and short. The opposing team is out of timeouts and your running back gets just enough to steal the game. As long as football games have existed, after this game-clinching moment, you've had to sit under the center for 30 seconds just to take 3 consecutive kneel downs. Well, I'm happy to say those days are over. This year, as soon as the game is mathematically over, just take a knee. Your players will come onto the field and we will simulate the following kneel downs. Not only does this feel like Saturday, but it can also get you back into your next game, whenever that may be. And that is it for the College Football 25 deep dive. It sounds like it's going to be a great game, and I am very, very happy and satisfied for what I saw, read, and what is to come. They still have to give us the Dynasty deep dive and the Road to Glory deep dive, and we'll also be coming out with those videos as well. And I'll be giving you my opinions on those. So tell me what you think, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Thank you, and have a good day.